it can go up. Guard your privacy and abide by community standards. Well, what way should we turn this? I'm gonna have to get to that side. So I put it on this side. Is that better? Is that better? I don't know. Definitely kind of maybe yoink. It's a good view of the headlight. Yoink, yoink. I think that'll be good. What's up, man? Probably won't be checking the chat a lot because I got a lot to tear down and I kind of forgot where I'm at. Yeah. I think I'm here at the second piece of the intake manifold. Whatever this piece is called. Anybody know what that's called? Is this the knock sensor down here by the starter? Yep. As you can tell, I really don't want to do this, but how you look like? What? Huh. Wow, that's hundreds of cables. You have no idea. No idea. Yeah, the intake used to be here. Hoses and hoses. This isn't even bad. You think this is bad? Try pulling up like a 80s, late 70s. It was all, everything was all vacuum. This actually hasn't been too bad, honestly. I mean, if I'm being honest. So let's pull this off. We need a 12. It's my tool holder up there. Like I said, I probably won't check the chat much. Oh, there's Grandma. Just Grandma's sexy legs on camera. I decided to do a live stream.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, you got to give the viewers what they want.
live streaming.
Watch Joe fail ripping down the motor. Nah, we're not going to fail. Oh. I mean, it's already got a blown head gasket. I mean, oh yeah, I gotta get some gloves on. No glove, no love. Ice, spice, cream. Ariel Chang. Oh, maybe they meant, what do I look like? I don't know. You don't want to see my face. All right. This is why I can't ever work on my cool truck, because the thing I drive every day always wants to break. So, yep. Are you? Oh, I'm not on the bolt. That's why it wasn't coming off. There we go. Oh yeah. I love it when they break. Okay, we need a Ziploc baggie to put these bolts in. Keep track of everything. And we're getting closer. We are getting somewhere. That one. That one. We need the 12 wrench for those. It's weird. I don't understand how they're able to torque some of this stuff, because some of it's in there so tight. Yeah, that's gonna round off. So that's gonna need a short 12. You following? You figured it out yet? That's a 10. That's a 14. Where's my 12? Where's my short 12? Maybe I can get it with this. It's amazing how many different sockets and tools and nope. So how am I gonna get that? A regular 12. Let's try my favorite wrench. See if this could do. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the ticket. Oh, you like that, don't you? You like that. Yeah. Probably gonna get flagged. Flagged for inappropriate content. Okay. So those are all loose. So now Ziploc baggie time. I don't know what piece that's called. It's got to be like the intake. It's not the intake runner. Okay, good. There's only 2 people in here, so that's you, the other person, and me. Ziploc baggie time. Ziploc baggie time. Don't know what the part is called. We're gonna call it the aluminum thingy-majigger intake spacer. We'll call it the intake spacer. There's an actual manifold right there. So I'll just call it aluminum intake spacer. Sure, I don't know. Aluminum intake spacer. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I would just take everything apart and I would throw it on the floor, and that doesn't work very well because, well, when you go to put everything back together, you don't remember where anything goes. At least I didn't. Because I'd rip it apart, and then I would order the parts, and not remember how to put things back together, where the bolts went, because a lot of stuff looks the same. If you didn't put these bolts back on top of the studs, you wouldn't remember where those go, and yada yada yada. So that's my spiel. If you didn't like it, I'm sorry. If you're not enjoying the video, you can always leave. Okay, so this is gonna be another thing you can do on the baggie is write down. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts and 3 nuts. You could write the quantity or something on there in case one falls out or the bag rips. I don't know. Or you could have a big workbench and you could put the bolts back in. But my toolbox is covered and 16 other projects, so that's not going to work. Another wonderful thing you can do, and it's very, is this broke? Oh, that's going to be bad if that's broke. That's going to be real bad. Are you broken? I'm broken. Another thing you can do, and I've done this myself because I am no mechanical guru, is you go to places like Pick and Pull or local Junkyard. I'm sure if you've worked on anything, you know this, but you can go in there and spend a couple bucks and find a like-in-kind motor or transmission or whatever you're working on, and just figure out how to rip it out of the car. You know, break their stuff. Don't break your own stuff. So I already went down and kind of toyed with one of these motors, and I'll tell you what, there's not very many of these in the junkyard. So either they're good motors or they're really bad motors. By that I mean there's not a lot in the junkyard because they're not blowing up, or they blow up and there's not many left because they've all blown up. So, you confused yet? Because I am. Okay. So, this should be loose, and it is. It's hanging on the studs. We're going to put the bolts in here, and then we'll put that piece up on the bench, and then we'll just kind of like stick these in there or something. Yeah? Sound like a plan? Good. 8 people? There's just 2 people in here. All right, let's see. Trying to keep hoses and stuff from breaking. This car is, it's a 2003 Acura, by the way. Haha, there's always one. You always forget one. You always forget that one. I'm curious on if this is going to clear that. What would that be? I don't know what that is. It almost looks like that's cast into the block, like the water pump. Where's my flashlight? Water pump housing. No, it didn't come off, but that's a lot of work. It's like Yamada? Maybe it's just a big bracket. I don't know. The alternator, the AC, and the power steering pump are all mounted to it. And then I think the water pump goes inside. So it's either a water pump housing or some sort of bracket. I know, I probably should know. I should be a smarter person, but I'm not. So whatever. That's what makes these videos so fun, because I don't know what I'm doing. There was a guy who commented on my last Junkyard video. If you haven't watched it, you should go check it out. There's a cool Jag in there that people are kind of chatting over in the comment section. See, that's what I was worried about. How do I swing this? How do I get this past this piece? It's like almost, it's just not gonna work. That is so bizarre. How? There's gotta be a way. Why would that be part of this? Why would you have to pull this whole thing to get that off? Anybody know how to pull a stud out of an aluminum head without breaking the bolt? I don't. I could probably figure it out, but my phone's on the old live mode. That's wonderful. That's the problem I ran into down at the junkyard, was when I went to go take off this piece. There's no way to do it. So, quite a bummer. You think you could get this one off? I don't know. Let's do some wiggling and jiggling. It just doesn't make any sense. Up. Of course, I'll probably script the threads. Why? Why would this be? Why would you need to pull that? I could grind that ear down and it would clear. Oh man. Maybe somebody told me how to do it. I doubt it. No. No one's coming to rescue you. No one's coming to rescue you. Why won't you come? I might have to stop the live and do some googly woogly, and I kind of feel like I could put a wrench on that stud and twist it out. I'm wondering if it's kind of like a radiator fan stud where it's not really torqued in there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's kind of like this. I bet I could get it out, but I'm really not wanting to gamble on that. So we can either move on to the timing cover, which needs to come off. We got to pull the crank pulley. We got to get this thing to top dead center. There's a lot of other stuff I can do, or I can stop the live feed, which is fine because nobody's watching anyways. That is just bizarre. I don't understand why they would do that. They don't. Hey, let's put this part on here that you can't really get off. So those gotta come out. I'm guessing they spin them in by hand, and then, you know, put this on or vice versa. You tilt it down and then spin in the studs, and they're not in there very hard. But we're gonna go ahead and end the live. This is why I don't go live, man. Like, I always get stuck on something. I need 2 phones. So that's it. I should do an alternator while I've got everything ripped apart. I should do a starter while I got everything ripped apart. But the problem is, I don't know, I don't want to dump any more money into it because who knows what's going to happen with, if the head gasket's going to work. So, all right, we're going to end the live for the one person that's still watching, the man or the woman, or, both. And, yeah, so that's me, Mr. Wild Hair today. Wild Stallion. So that's it, man. I might jump back on later, but don't count on it. So, all right. Time to jump on the old www and figure out how to, do this. Man, my hair is getting so out of control. It's out of control. I love it. Out of control. Hey, there's 7 people in here. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Can I throw a pair of channel locks on this stud and just back it out? Come on, somebody's got to know. Because I can't pull this, I don't know, aluminum spacer off. It's hitting this piece. Come on. You had to have clicked on the video because you like cars or something. Acura motor. That's where it's hitting. I don't want to pull all of that off. I really don't. It's got to just be like one of these. It's just got to be a stud. I just can't see it being in there, just reefed in there. I think if I just throw a small pair of channel locks either between here and give it a little turn or on the threads, but I don't want to have to buy a new stud. I mean, maybe 20 more people will come in here and somebody will give some advice. All right, jumping off. So we still got to get the timing cover off. We got to get the timing chain off. We got to get this thing set to TDC, ABC, XYZ. But for right now, we got to figure out how to get this piece off because it's bugging me. So I'll be back. Maybe not. I should have just pulled the motor. This is ridiculous. But even if I pulled the motor, I'd still be fighting this piece, so that wouldn't help. And look at all that other crap you gotta pull. All right, I need a break anyways. I'm gonna jump off. I don't know what. This was not a very successful live. We'll leave it at that. But the guys gotta try. So we'll jump back on later. You can almost see where the head's at now, which is right above that black hose. So do you see the R? You probably can't see the R. Nope. There. The 21 and the R. So that's where the head meets. It looks like. So, yeah. Good stuff. So, all right, I'm gonna jump off, figure out how to pull this, whatever it is, spacer, and I probably won't be getting back on. So, yeah, sorry guys. It's hard to. I don't know how people do these lives, man. I really don't, because you're trying to work, you're talking. You're checking messages, And then you need your phone to like look stuff up. At least I do, because I don't know everything. I don't know about you guys, but okay. Peace out, homies. Where's the end button? Plus? Nope. End? X? That's how you do it.